tell you, I don't know if we'll ever be able to go back because this is really, really impressive. Perhaps one of the better showings we've ever had of just community-wide leadership, as well as interested members of the public to come out and hear about what's happening in Stanislaus County and really our theme, past, present, and future. So thank you all so much for joining us this evening. This is very, very impressive. And I just have to be the first person to tell Supervisor or Vice Chair Buck Condit, you got a big task ahead of you next year, my friend. Shaking his head. So first order of business is I would love to welcome City of Modesto Mayor Sue Zwollen to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Come on up.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Mayor Zwollen. So, as we hope for in these events, we have just a tremendous gathering of esteemed guests and dignitaries from across the county, some that have traveled to be with us today, as well as a gathering of some of our former leadership that we just haven't had in the past. So I have the distinct pleasure of attempting to recognize all of our dignitaries who are with us this evening. And I know Chairman Grewal is going to do some recognitions as well. So I'm going to kind of go through this list, and we're going to hold applause to the end. So as I read your name, if you could either stand or just wave your hand to make sure that we recognize where you're at here, that'd be great. And a couple of apologies. First is I apologize if I mispronounce any names. I'm going to try my very best. And then if I miss somebody on the list who did join us that we just didn't flag on your way in this evening, I distinctly apologize. But I also know from past experience that in a forum like this, if I do miss anybody, then most likely Jeremiah Williams is going to point that out to me and he's going to yell at me. So that's been my experience when I do this. So you got my back, Jeremiah? You got it? Okay. Okay, so I want to start. So again, just please go ahead and wave and let us know where you're at in the audience. But I'm going to start, and we'll do applause at the end, with State Senator Maria Alvarado Gil is with us this evening. Former Senator Anthony Canella is with us. State Assemblyman Juan Allen. Former State Assembly members Adam Gray and Bill Berryhill. Our Honorable Judge Sonny Sandu, as well as retired Honorable Judges Loretta Murphy-Began and Judge Susanna Maria Silvera. We have Merced County Supervisor Josh Pedroza with us, San Joaquin County Supervisor Tom Patty, San Joaquin County Sheriff Pat Withrow, and of course you've already seen Modesto Mayor Sue Zwollen. Introduce the members of the Modesto City Council, including Nick Rivaro, Jeremiah Williams, Chris Rickey, Rosa Escudia Brayton, and David Wright. The Mayor of Turlock, Amy Blueblack, is with us, as well as members of the Turlock City Council, including Pam Franco, Cassandra Abrams. We have the Mayor of Ceres, Javier Lopez, and members of the Ceres City Council, Rosalinda Vieira and James Casey. We have our Mayor of Riverbank, Richard O'Brien, and members of the Riverbank City Council, Luis Uribe and Rachel Hernandez. We also have Mayor of Oakdale, Cher Barrios, who's with us, and members of the Houston City Council, Alan McFadden and Julie Strain. I want to introduce members of the Modesto Irrigation District, including Janice Keating and Nick Blom. We also have with us Stanislaus County Superintendent of Schools, Scott Kuykendall, and Stanislaus County Board of Education member, Elise Pollard. Yosemite Community College Board members, Milton Richards, Nancy Hinton, and Modesto City School Board of Trustee members, John Irvin III, Adolfo Lopes, Chad Brown, Cindy Marks, and I'm going to read off some of the student representatives that are with us. This was a special invite that Chairman Grewal wanted to make sure that we had with us today. And Student Representative Jivu Bukiwi, and students from the National Honor Society and Future Business Leaders of America are with us. Turlock Unified Board of Trustees members Anthony Silva, Paulo Maldonado, and Houston Unified Student Representative Elise Swain, Waterford Unified Student Representative Emilio Castillo, Oakdale Unified Student Representative Grace Miller, and Riverbank Unified Student Representative Damaris Diaz. And finally, representing from the Office of California Attorney General Rob Bonta, we have Angelo Moreno. So again, I apologize if I have missed anyone. This is quite a list. I've read a lot of these lists before in the past, and that's a real list. So thank you all so much for being here. Again, big round of applause for them. So next, you would think that I might be introducing our chair, but I'm not. I'm actually introducing someone who is more important to that in our lives. And we actually have a very special guest here who is going to be sharing just a little bit about tonight's speaker. So please join me in giving a very warm welcome to Gulsane Grewal.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and beloved citizens, it is my greatest honor today as I introduce a man who needs no introduction, yet deserves every bit of honor. Now, y'all know Manny. This guy is always on the move, but one you can count on to be there wherever and whenever help is needed, with a smile on his face. But to me, he's more than just a community leader. He's my dad, the one who taught me to dream big, work hard, and always stay humble. Now, growing up with my dad was kind of like having a superhero in the family, but instead of a cape, he wore a turban. And instead of fighting villains, he fought for the betterment of our community. Whether it was fixing potholes, advocating for more funding for our schools, or simply lending a helping hand, he's the man you call when you want something done. No matter what the job is, he will make it his goal to get it done with a smile on his face. Rain or shine, day or night, when my dad, Manny Grewal, sets his mind to something, you can consider it as good as done. He's the epitome of determination, proving time and time again that when you have a goal in mind and a heart of passion, there's no obstacle too great to overcome. With that being said, his heart is not just in his acts, but the way his heart is for the Stanislaus County. He approaches every task with a determination and passion that's contagious. And I'm only saying this once, you're not hearing this again. As much as I hate to admit it, he's got a great sense of humor that can turn any room into a room filled with laughter. With that being said, let's take this moment to not just celebrate the accomplishments, but the man behind the title, a loving father, a devoted husband, and a true pillar of our community. It is my greatest honor today. Dad, thank you for being the rock of our family, a true pillar of this community, and the shining example of what it means to give your all for others, and truly exemplifying what the true meaning of service above self means. We're so proud to call you ours, and we can't wait to see what the future has in store for you and our amazing Stanislaus County. Now please join me in welcoming Manny Grewal.
Thank you, Gulsane. Those kind words, it makes me proud to be your father, and I am proud to represent this community. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to stand before you as the chairman of the Stanislaus County Board of Supervisors to deliver our State of the County address. This occasion serves not only as a reflection of our past achievements, but also as a beacon guiding us towards a future of prosperity, resilience, and community spirit. I want to first thank all of you for coming, as it shows you are committed to the betterment of our community. we decided to do things a little different this year. In the spirit of community, we brought the state of the county outside of the chambers, on the steps of the library that generations have used and will continue to use in the future. Today, I'm joined by the community, my colleagues, and former county supervisors who have done so much for this community. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our former county supervisors joining us here tonight. Sal Canella, Paul Caruso, Gary Condit Sr., Jim DeMartini, Jeff Grover, Bill Mattos, Bill O'Brien, and Kristen Olson. Your decades of dedicated service and vision have helped pave the road that has led Stanislaus County to where we are today. You all made the choices to invest in public safety, economic development, and core services that create a bedrock community. Your commitment to fiscal responsibility allows us to weather economic storms while finding innovative ways to enhance our quality of life. You fostered an environment of regional partnership and collaboration that raised our county's profile statewide. We would not be the prosperous community we are without the foundations that you all laid. And for that, the community, the current Board of Supervisors, are eternally grateful. Thank you for being here. I would also like to thank my colleagues on the Board of Supervisors. Thank you to our former chair, Supervisor Chance Condit, for his leadership and dedication to his district. His tireless work on West Side issues such as vital infrastructure and healthcare does not go unnoticed, my friend. You are making a significant difference for West County residents. My vice chair, Supervisor Buck Condit, who is committed to the residents of District 1, a true champion of public safety on the board. Buck is a person who is honest, genuine, and sincere, and will always stand for what he believes in. True to his career as a firefighter, Buck will always face the fire, not run away. And I could not be more grateful for your friendship. Supervisor Vito Chiesa, the elder statesman of our board. That's a compliment. Who has a huge wealth of knowledge on issues ranging from transportation, air pollution district, to the institutional knowledge of how our county runs. He is always someone you can go to for help. Now let me tell you a little story that I have with Supervisor Chiesa. So Supervisor Chiesa was the past president for an organization known as CSAC. CSAC is a unified group of all the county supervisors up and down the state, of which Supervisor Chiesa was the president. So when I got on the board, Supervisor Chiesa takes us all to CSAC, and we follow his lead. So after the day's events, there's an opportunity for a network mixer, and we all walk in together. As soon as we walk in, people start clamoring towards Supervisor Chiesa. Everybody's trying to talk to him, shake his hands, and so on. And so I fall a few steps back, and I am walking in, and I'm just seeing Vito work in the room, and somebody comes up to me and asks, "What do you do?" And I proudly say, "I'm Stanislaus County Supervisor." The response, pretty lukewarm, actually. couple more steps. I'm watching Vito still work the room, and someone else comes up to me. What do you do? And again, proudly, I say, Stanislaus County Supervisor Manny Grewal. Response, lukewarm at best. Finally, I said, I got to change something. This is not working. I take off my lanyard, put it in my bag, start walking. First person comes up to me, says, what do you do? I say, you see that guy right there? He goes, yeah, that's Vito Chiesa. I said, I'm his assistant. And the guy looked at me like I was the guy that invented the sticky pad and said, wow, that's got to be the greatest job ever. And to that gentleman and to all of you, it is. It really is. Supervisor Terry Withrow, if you don't know Terry, I can tell you he has a servant's heart. He is led by the goodness in his heart, and his compassion is contagious. And I am so glad to call him my friend. We share a love for numbers, but you would expect that from a CPA. He is always making sure we are staunch stewards of taxpayer dollars. Thank you for your friendship, Supervisor Withrow. I have always been a person that wants to build relationships. In my view, relationships are the cornerstone of everything in our community, especially when it comes to public service. Regardless of political beliefs or backgrounds, I firmly believe that prioritizing relationships is a key to achieving progress. When we invest in fostering genuine connections, we pave the way for collaboration and effectiveness in our solutions. And at times, it can be difficult to find the perfect solution, but we always find a better solution when we work together. So when someone asks me, how does the board get along? It's not always peaches and ice cream. There are times we disagree, but our shared respect allows us to find common ground. Commitment comes in many forms, and sometimes that commitment goes unnoticed. But I want to take a moment to acknowledge and publicly thank the 26 dedicated department heads of Stanislaus County here tonight. These accomplished men and women lead our county, and they lead various agencies and oversee the 4,800 employees that complete the critical day-to-day tasks of providing vital services to our community. Public safety, infrastructure, healthcare, and economic development. Their tireless efforts behind the scenes are essential to keep Stanislaus County operating efficiently and effectively for over 500,000 residents. On behalf of our county, thank you for your exceptional leadership and service to our community. Our Agriculture Commissioner, Linda Pinfold, Aging and Veteran Services, Margie Palomino, Assessor Don Gakel, Auditor Controller Kashmir Gill, Behavioral Health and Recovery Services, Tony Vartan, our Clerk of the Board, Elizabeth King, Child Support Services, Baljeet Atwal, Clerk Recorder, Donna Linder, Community Services Agency, Christine Huber, County Counsel, Tom Bowes, our District Attorney, Jeff Legero, our Environmental Resources, Rob Kostlevy, General Services Agency, Andy Johnson, Health Services Agency, Mary Ann Lily Tungowski, our IT Central, Eric McLaughlin, our Librarian, Sarah Denton, Parks and Recreation, Tara Chumley, Planning and Community Development, Angela Freitas, Probation, Mark Ferreira, Public Defender, Jennifer Jennison, Public Works, Dave Lehman, our Sheriff, Jeff Dirksey, our Treasurer, Tax Collector, Donna Riley, Workforce Development, Doris Foster, and UC Extension, Jennifer Higuy, and all of the CEO executive leadership. Thank you for everything you do. Last, but certainly not the least, I would like to thank our CEO, Jody Hayes, for his vision, dedication, leadership, and commitment to Stanislaus County. Under his guidance, we have navigated through challenging times with resilience, laying the groundwork for a prosperous future. He is always providing sound advice to the entire board. Thank you so much for your continued service. I love when you guys clap. Clap longer. It gives me a second to breathe. And to my family, my wonderful wife, Jazz, my lovely children, their unconditional love, support, and sacrifice allow me to dedicate myself fully to work on behalf of the county. They are the bedrock on which my successes and purpose is built. Thank you. And my parents. My father came to Stanislaus County in 1972 with just $40 in his pocket and started a family. My parents inspired my brother and I as we both watched them work 2 jobs to make ends meet and get us a good education. They instilled the values of hard work, seizing opportunities and being grateful for them, and always reminded us to serve in any capacity, whether it be at our temple, our school, or in our community. So when someone asks me, is the American dream still attainable? As the chairman of the county where my immigrant parents came over 50 years ago, I can wholeheartedly say the American dream is alive and well. Just ask my parents. We chose the Modesto Library today for a reason. This library has been a special part of the community for over 50 years, ever since its first doors opened in 1971. For generations, these walls have welcomed people from all walks of life. This is a place where anyone can come to learn, to grow, and to better themselves through books and knowledge. This library represents what makes our community so strong. Our shared values of education, understanding different views, and believing that learning can uplift all of us together. The library has served past generations, current generations, and will serve future generations. The past was a young boy. During his summer break, he would be dropped off at the library by his single mother while she went off to work. She packed him a sack lunch and gave him a quarter to call if there was an emergency. The present, that boy grew up to be our CEO, Jody Hayes. And I am confident that this library will continue to educate the future community leaders of this area and beyond. And many of them are in the audience today. The past, this library served as a study hall for a young immigrant woman who was a dental student. She utilized the books and resources at the library to study for her exams. The present, that former student now operates multiple dental offices throughout Stanislaus County. The future is our son is studying to be a dentist. Soon will practice in this area as well. Now that is a great story, and the happy ending to that story is for me because I married up. We all have stories like this. In many ways, this library serves as the cornerstone of our community, So it feels right to gather here in a place that has always brought people together, because that's exactly what we are reaffirming today. Our mission to create more opportunities for every single person in this county to achieve their full potential and move forward together. As I look out in the crowd, I can see generations of people that have utilized the library in the past and now in the present. You take your children or grandchildren here to enrich their lives with books and learning. But we must ensure that our library system continues to serve and provide for our community for future generations to come. This is why Stanislaus County is investing $20 million from the County General Fund towards our county-wide library system, and $8 million dedicated to the Modesto Library, along with an additional $10 million in matching funds from the state towards the library. But it doesn't stop here. That's when our community gets involved and takes something that is already good and makes it even better. Friends of the Modesto Library is committed to raising an additional $3 million philanthropic dollars towards this library. I want to thank the committee for their hard work and dedication for upgrading this valuable resource. The committee is as follows: Chairs Lynn Dickerson, Katie Menges, Stacy Filippi, Britta Foster, Kenny Friedman, Danielle Lau, Denise Nordell, Donna Flanders. And I'm proud to announce that after a mere 6 weeks and almost $1.5 million in commitments has already been raised. This funding and generosity underscores how committed we are towards a bright future, and I would like to name off the following contributors: Bart Behringer, the Beard family, the Boyette family, Tom and Tammy Cosentino, Dan and Denise Costa, Daniel Del Rio, Ron and Lynn Dickerson, the Filippi family, Jeff and Britta Foster, Ron Foster, Kenny and Lou Friedman, Diane Gagos, the Gallo family, Jeff and Elaine Grover, Dave and Patty Halverson, Ken and Ginger Johnson, Janet Rogers and Bev LaBelle, Stephen and Danielle Lau, Katie and Ken Mangus, Luis Miranda, Steve and Susan Moore, Chris and Becky Murphy, Gary and Sherilyn Nelson, Oak Valley Community Bank, Dave and Jeannie Olson, Nicole Piccinini Pesco, Evan and Norm Porges, Jeff Reed, Jim and Chris Reed, John and June Rogers, Mark and Nancy Van Overbeck, Dr. James and Alice Yip, Steve and Jenny Zeff. I've practiced that. And for the city of Modesto, for contributing for no other reason except for the goodness of their hearts and for the betterment of downtown. Thank you. This library's history shows us what's possible when we commit to building lasting places for growth for all. That's the future legacy we aim to honor by bringing more learning opportunities to everyone in Stanislaus County. Thank you for your continued commitment. Stanislaus County embodies the very essence of resilience and growth. Our county stands as a testament to the spirit of its residents, a diverse group woven with the threads of hard work, determination, and unwavering optimism. From our rural orchards to our urban areas, every corner of Stanislaus County tells a story of innovation and perseverance. And whether you live in an unincorporated community or one of our 9 cities, we are committed to working collaboratively to deliver for each and every one of you. The past years have tested our resolve in unprecedented ways, from navigating the complexities of a global pandemic to confronting the impacts of political gridlock. Throughout this entirety, We have embarked on this journey together as a community, and we have emerged stronger and more united than ever before. Now, let me be clear. We still have considerable work ahead of us to achieve our vision and ambitious goals for this county. Challenges and opportunities will always arise that require us to adapt. But through this, we must constantly strive for better fiscal discipline, greater efficiencies, and more innovative solutions to meet the evolving needs of our region. This is an ongoing journey, not a destination. I firmly believe that by working together as one united community, there is no obstacle we cannot overcome. Lasting progress does not come from any single elected official, department, or governing body acting alone. It flows from all of us, businesses, nonprofits, faith leaders, educators, law enforcement, first responders, citizens, and public servants, locking arms in the unified goal of improving the life of ourselves and our neighbors. Throughout my tenure as chairman, I have been continually inspired by the compassion exhibited by the people of Stanislaus County. It is this collective spirit that propels us forward, driving us to embrace change, cultivate innovation, and forge a path towards a brighter tomorrow. As we look towards the future, well, if you're going to keep clapping, I'm drinking. As we look towards the future, let us affirm our commitment of building a county where everybody opportunity knows no bounds, where every voice is heard, and where the bonds of community are unbreakable. Together, we have the power to shape our destiny and chart a course towards a future defined by not the challenges we face, but the strength of our resolve as a community. I invite you to join me as we reflect on the achievements of the past year and chart a bold vision for Stanislaus County. Now, looking a year to the ahead, our board has made it a priority to continue to make progress on building community. Safety is the single most important factor in continuing this project. This objective is led by our sheriff, Jeff Dirksey, who has continued to serve our county well, and I am so grateful that we are blessed with him as our sheriff. This year's budget includes $31.8 million increase in public safety funding to further strengthen law enforcement, emergency operations, criminal justice services, and provide for personnel to keep our communities safe. I can already see the sheriff looking at me and saying that's not enough. But on a serious note, the sheriff and the board agrees that no cost is too much to protect our community. Our district attorney, Jeff Legero, attorneys are coming into the county, not leaving the county, because of the culture that our district attorney has created. They are prosecuting more cases and putting criminals behind bars. Our public defender's office, 10 new positions to make sure that caseloads are manageable and we can provide representation to those that need it most. Probation, adding new staff and rehabilitating parolees so they can be more productive members of society. In economic development, $4.6 million of the $110 million we have invested in the last 2 years to create jobs, support businesses, and build out our infrastructure. Investments in Stanislaus 2030, paving the way for new good-paying jobs, From that, we have Beam Circular that will provide the good paying jobs that are needed to live comfortably in Stanislaus. Investment in Stanislaus Equity Partners for affordable housing and partnering with private industry to make sure we keep up with the demand in housing. And investments to upskill our workforce, to give them the opportunity to get training and education so they're able to make better wages. A hand up, if you will. My final priority is ensuring our county government runs efficiently and responsibly for all our residents. While this $1.7 billion budget of your taxpayer dollars has targeted investments, we will control overall spending growth. We will strive to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars and treat your money as we would our own personal money, prudently, efficiently, and mitigating risk. The planning department is rolling out new online permitting software to make building and development easier for residents and businesses. We want people that want to invest in our county to know that we are open for business. We must be an ally, not an impediment. Look for how we can make it happen, not why it can't happen, to assist in helping them with projects so they can create more jobs and economic viability for our county. Our aim is to position our county as a premier destination in the region with infrastructure backbone, quality of life amenities to draw new businesses, investors, visitors, and talent. Our economic momentum, low unemployment, thriving businesses, a powerful development are the envy of our region. Our communities are safe thanks to dedication of our public safety and our investments in health, education, and efficient services provide every resident the opportunity to achieve their dreams. While our county undoubtedly faces challenges, we don't shy away from them or make excuses. Instead, we tackle our biggest issues together as one community united in this joyful purpose. We understand that lasting progress flows not from these words or good intentions alone, but through the daily work of people rolling up their sleeves to create real, substantive change. We acknowledge that homelessness is an issue, and for that, we are one of 7 counties in the state that are implementing CARES Court to help those that need it most. We are expediting the implementation of SB 43 so that we can help those with substance abuse issues. We are taking on something that is a statewide epidemic and making sure that our actions speak louder than words. So make no mistake, we will confront our shortcomings and missed opportunities as a community head on with accountability and an unwavering commitment to getting it right. If we do not get it right, we will be the first to tell you. If programs are not working, we will pull funding because we are committed to not wasting your hard-earned tax dollars. As elected officials, our #1 responsibility is to serve as your voice on the issues that impact your families, your neighborhoods, and our collective quality of life. We take that duty seriously, but we also recognize that effective governance is a two-way street. So if you have a question about a local policy, a concern over an infrastructure project, or an idea to improve our community, I urge you to reach out. Call your county supervisor, your mayor, or city council member. Attend community meetings. Make your voice heard, because that open line of communication is vital to ensuring we stay attuned to your priorities and can craft solutions collaboratively. We are here to listen and to respond. And at the end of the day, Stanislaus County's success does not rest on government alone, but on active, engaged citizens like yourselves. When we all stay involved and invest in our community, we form an unstoppable force for a positive change. Tonight, I request each of you, please stay civically engaged. Keep providing us with your feedback, ideas, and motivation to drive this county forward together. The state of our county is strong. The county will continue to work to ensure every family can live affordably, safely, and prosperously. So in closing, if there's some takeaways you take, be proud to be Stanislaus. Take joy in being Stanislaus. Feel confident about Stanislaus because your board is working hard for a better future for Stanislaus. God bless Stanislaus County, and God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here tonight.